Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, and today we're going to look at Darksiders 3. Now, today I have some pre-recorded footage from you. I played the game for a couple of hours yesterday. All gameplay you're seeing is from our Twitch channel, so please follow me on there. And if you want to see the full playthrough, I'm actually uploading it on my secondary YouTube channel, the Mobby vs. Games VOD, so feel free to go check that out, subscribe, links down below. So let's get this started. So as this video is going up, it's released on November 27th, so everyone should be able to get it. It's a full price game. It's on Xbox, PS4, Steam PC. I don't think it's going to be on Switch. If it is, I'm freaking surprised, but I don't think it's going to be on there. Anyways, I was able to get an early access copy, so I did play it for a couple of hours on stream yesterday. So Darksiders 3 was developed by Gunfire Games and published by THQ Nordic. So I'm only going to talk about the first couple of hours, so there are going to be minor early spoilers, nothing too crazy. So just letting you know, I did not play the first or second game, and you know, going through the third one, I was hoping the game would kind of fill me in, and it did, and it kind of didn't. So just remember, this whole let's look at is coming from the perspective of a new player to Darksiders. So from what I've gathered from the beginning, there's about maybe 10 minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes of early game cutscenes, and before you just jump right in and do your thing. So from what I've gathered, you are going to be playing as one of the Four Horsemen as Fury. Now, you playing as one of the four leads me to believe that the first and second one are most likely played as the other ones, because at the beginning of the game, one of the other horsemen is kind of chained up, and he's like trying to plead with you, like, hey, there's something else going on. But you know, you're playing as Fury, and this chick is just insane sauce. She just, you know, wants to destroy everybody. So you are given the task of taking down all of the 7 deadly sins, you know, wrath, greed, envy, all that stuff. And of course, just like with any other game with a straightforward story, well, it makes you think it has a straightforward goal. A lot of complications happen. So that's pretty much it. You run in as Fury, take him down, but oh no, different stuff happens. And I'm pretty sure if you played the first one or second one, it might feel pretty similar, right? Like, obviously things aren't going to go your way. So the gameplay is pretty much some over-the-shoulder action platforming. There is an awesome mix of exploration and fighting. Let's talk about the exploration first. There is some platforming, you know, and jumping up, jumping down, whip swinging, finding a lot of hidden items, destroying the environment for picking up souls, and just finding even more items. It has a sort of kind of a Metroidvania feel, where you're going to be traveling around the map, and you're going to be seeing an area that you 100% cannot reach. It might be a big, like, gap that you just can't jump to, or there might be a big spider web that you can't break down no matter what you do. And there are very small puzzles. For instance, speaking of that spider web, they do give you a sort of like fire bug that you can throw on there, you know, that type of thing with puzzles. And there's like small hidden areas, like if you really look, you'll be able to find like extra things to just make things a lot more easier. So that's pretty much the exploration. What else? Oh, it's kind of sectioned off in maps as well. So you'll be fast traveling, you know, between different bonfires. I like to call them bonfires, but not really, because bonfires heal you. This one doesn't really heal you. It's kind of difficult that way. But yeah, you will be teleporting between maps, and on that teleport, there is a guy who sells things to you. So as you kill and fight enemies, they're going to be dropping. I don't know what they're called. I'm just going to call them souls, Dark Souls style. Because if you lose, you actually lose the souls. And guess what? You have to go back on the map and find them. So yeah, I'm going to call them souls. So with the souls, you'll be able to upgrade your character. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Now for fighting. There's tons of mini enemies around the map. But the majority and the huge set pieces are these huge big bosses. Now, I'll just spoil the first boss because it happens literally like 5 minutes into the first game. 5 minutes into the game after you do the cutscene. It throws you right in, and you fight Envy, one of the 7 deadly sins already. So you jump in and you fight this boss. The boss has various stages to work with, and this one started off as a sort of tutorial boss, which is cool. It teaches you how to dodge, teaches you like, hey, jump up, you know, jump around, and you have to platform to finish the boss off. So it was pretty close fights. I can't believe I didn't lose the that tutorial. And the reason why is because, well, when the game starts up, it gives you 4 choices of difficulty, like easy, casual, normal, hard, and very hard. Those aren't the real names, but that's pretty much it. I chose the second to hardest one, and it might be a little tough, especially if you want to play a little more casual. So obviously, maybe you can switch back. If you do press start, you can't switch back. But if you do, the game warned me that, hey, if you do switch between hard to harder or normal or easy, the game will disable achievements for some trophies. So keep that in mind if you're going to be playing this. And you do care about trophies, you can't switch back and forth. Alright, so, big bosses and all that stuff. Let's talk about the controls. Fury feels good. The character plays well. You start off with a whip. You get different combos. If you press like the start button, you can look at all your menus, and you can see the combos actually look very simple at first. Like, oh, square, 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 square. Wait a second, delay, square again, square in the air, and all that stuff. It seems simple, but when you put it into combat, you're going to be doing a lot of movement along with it. You're going to be delaying your attack. You're going to be dodging as well, really choosing your attack. So it's fun that way. Speaking of different weapons, you could upgrade your weapon going to a blacksmith. You can also upgrade it with enhancement jewels that you find in the world, or you can buy from the merchant stuff like, I don't know, maybe giving you passive heal. And when you do dodge an enemy, you get a small slowdown, and if you are quick enough to time your attack with it, you do different damage. So you basically, when you level up your character using souls, you can level up your HP, which is just overall HP. I upgraded it a couple of times, and it seemed like every time I did it, it started to come with very, very slow upgrades after that. Like it's scaling, you know what I mean? Like it's slow scales. Like it's not a constant, oh, 40 upgrade, 40 upgrade, 40 upgrade. It was like 40, 39, 38, you know, that type of deal. So it has diminishing returns and that type of deal. You could upgrade your basic regular physical attack, or you could upgrade your arcane attack. Now the arcane attack is dodging, like when you do a dodge counter, or when you activate Wrath and Havoc. Now Wrath, and this is pretty interesting, the game gives you 2 sort of like special attacks besides your regular physical attack, right? Let's talk about your Wrath first. So it's 2 bars underneath your health bar. Well, there's one underneath your health bar and one to the left of it. The one underneath is like an orange reddish bar, right? So as you hit enemies and kill them, they drop things to fill up the Wrath bar. You press both the shoulder buttons, your character does a awesome stagger attack. So you're going to be using that pretty often. And then the one to the left of it is your Havoc form. The first time I used it, it was freaking crazy. You like transform into some giant fiery deity, and you just destroy everybody. You get passive regen, but you have to watch out because it is limited. And when they hit you, it kind of destroys it. So you only have a limited time, but that's freaking crazy. So that's pretty much it with the souls, upgrades, weapons, and all that stuff. So that's pretty much how the game is played. Bosses, exploration, a little bits of monsters here and there, but nothing too crazy as far as I've seen. So the graphics, they're pretty good. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm playing on a PS4 Pro. The game isn't like too dark, like a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne type of deal. It kind of reminded me of like a Warcrafty kind of feeling. I'm pretty sure the game looks way, way better on PC, but you know, console pleb going on here. No, I would rather play on PC, but I received the PS4 one. Audio, there's not a lot of music going on. Actually, after the hours I played, I don't even remember a single track from it. The sound effects are okay. It's really hard. It's kind of hard to concentrate on any of the music and sounds when you're busy fighting and dying. One funny thing is, after you complete a puzzle, it does like a funny little chime, just like in Zelda, you know, but this one is like a really random one. Just watch out for that one. So let's talk about some miscellaneous stuff. Yeah, there was some bugs. And it wasn't like terrible, and it wasn't like a gameplay bug. It was more like graphical stuttering, frame rate drops, and audio stutters. Now, as of recording this video here, I'm playing on version 1.03, and that's that. So yeah, I hope this video gives you a little bit of insight on Darksiders 3, how it's played, without spoiling too much for you guys. If you're a fan of 1 and 2, why not pick up 3? right? So anyway, this was the Let's Look At. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe for daily videos. You remember, I'm doing daily Let's Look At videos. Some of them will be one-on-one with the game, where I play real time and talk to you guys, and some of them will be after, you know, large hours of games like this. It really just depends on the title. If it's a small arcade game, I'll play it with you, but if it's a big game like Darksiders 3, I really want to spend time with it so I can get to know the game and really talk about it. So I'll be doing that. Please come to our Twitch channel. There's a link down below. I am going to be continuing the story. I'll probably play the whole thing, and like I said, if you missed it, just go check out my secondary YouTube channel. That's where it's all gonna go up. So thanks for being here, Darksiders 3. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it down below. If you have played the first, second, and third, or maybe you want to play the third, do you think this game is gonna be worth picking up for you? I really want to know, because yeah, I've only played the third one. So thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.